Hi everybody. Today we're gonna talk about the programming. Um, the programming of the mind. We hear this a lot, especially in esoteric circles, where we talk about the programming. And also, actually, the same thing as the program, and you may not know it, but the same thing is actually the destiny. The destiny and your programming are the same thing, and the same thing also is your habit. Your habits are your program. What you do without thinking, this is what you are. And it takes a lot of effort to change this. I'm struggling with it too, believe me. I have a lot of habits that I want to remove from my program. Now, so I started to ask myself, how would I do it? And I realized that the more that I fight my program, the less that I will have success. It doesn't work like this. If you fight it, actually your program is not against you. This is the first thing that you have to understand. It's actually trying to help you. It's realizing your lifestyle, and then it tries to help you to replicate this lifestyle, to do it again and do it again and do it again, because your body, which is your subconsciousness, knows that knowledge comes through repetition. So and this is something very, 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 very difficult to handle sometimes, or actually in my state of mind. But knowledge is a state of mind. You have to know this. Knowledge is a state of mind, and you can shift your mind into this state of mind where you know things. So I keep going like this. Anyways, I realized that I should not fight my program, because my program is also not fighting me. It's trying to help me. It knows, okay, that's what you want, so I'm gonna help you to have more of this what you want. And that's how it builds your reality. It builds your habits, the things that you just do without thinking, and this builds your reality. It's really this simple. So if you want to change your reality, you only have to change your habits. Your habits will lead you into the lifestyle that you wish to have or that you're looking for. This is actually the program, and we call it program because it's the same thing like in a computer. You know, like I said, knowledge is a state of mind. If someone can do something that you cannot do, he just have a knowledge that you don't have. He understands something that you don't understand. And this is actually the only difference, because we are all the same. We have all the same bodies, with the same structures, the same patterns. Everything is actually the same. So everything that changes us is the way that you think. It's actually like a real computer. You can have two of the same computers, while one computer have the program to, let's say, cut movies. The other computer doesn't have it. So even they are the same computer, with the other computer you will not be able to cut videos because you don't have the program on it. It's that simple. But the same potential is there. So you as a computer has to choose, okay, which kind of program do I actually want to download? What kind of program do I want to be part of my life? And this makes everything magic, because now you have a direct way to to work on something if you want to change your life. It's that simple. You just now know, okay, I just have to change my habits. I have to work on my habits. This is the way that I change my life. It's that simple. If I stay consistent every day, I do something, even though it's not comfortable, especially if it's not comfortable, just do it. And do it, and do it, and do it, until it gets normal and it doesn't hurt you anymore. And that's the point where your program kicks in and starts to help you. Now, if you don't do it, suddenly the program starts to ask you, hey, should you not be doing this? Hey, should you not be doing this? It helps you again. You know? And that's what's happening right now with the bad habits. It's trying to help you. You just have to show him, no, this is not the direction that we want to go anymore. We want to go in another direction. Let's have this habit. Let's change those habits. Let's go this new way, like this. You can actually show him the way that you want to go, and he will help you. It's your ego, your programming, your destiny. Because your habits are your destiny. No matter whatever your habits are, they are your destiny. So choose them very, very, very wisely. Ask yourself, okay, what kind of habit do I really, really want to have? Or what do I really want to become? What is my way for this life, or for the next time of my life, like this? Because this can change a lot of times until you get to the ultimate knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of the body, the soul, the mind, eternal life. That's where you start to get to a point where things cannot get more interesting than this. But till you reach this point, you can actually always change your interests and your goals. Actually, even if you find it, that's why we talk about fallen angels. So that's actually people who have found the light and still was seeking for something else. So so they fall from their frequencies. Yes, that's what I want to say about programming, what it is. It's actually even way more. It's also your character. So yeah, the way that you answer to someone, it differs from someone else's answer because of your program also. If you're someone who always say yeah, okay, and someone would reply with yes sir, that's just to kind of program that giving the same answer. But you can start to realize this, and you can actually lead your program into any direction that you want. Then the highest state that you can get is then if you start to realize that you're not your program. This is then you are not your personality, you are not your ego. This is the next step, where you start to get some kind of behind it and see it sometimes, and start to realize it for some little moments, you know, like, why do I have to answer like this? Why? It's almost like I have to, you know, something is pushing me, and you start to realize your ego or your personality, your program, which is also your destiny, you know. And that's why it's important to control your program the best way that you can. Yes, that's about programming. And like I said, think about it, you can work on it, you just have to stay consistent for a little time. Say 100 days. If you do something every day for 100 days, it will be in your program. And that's actually easy, you know? Doesn't mean that you can stop after 100 days. It's not deep in your program, it's just a habit that is in your program. Now, if you keep going with this habit, with the good habits, the program becomes knowledge. That's why I say you gain knowledge through repetition, and knowledge is a state of mind. That's why if you are trying to do, let's say, a new trick with the skateboard, at the beginning you cannot do it because you don't have the knowledge. Then you make repetition and repetition and repetition until you get it, and it's becoming easy as fuck. And you just are starting to ask yourself, how could I struggle so much with it at the beginning? Now it's so easy. It's just because you downloaded a knowledge. You didn't change in this time. You know, in these 3 weeks where you learn this trick, you don't really change as a person. You don't gain more muscles. You don't really gain more control over your body even. You just downloaded a kind of knowledge. You have now one movement that you just get it. You get this movement. And that's it. You downloaded a knowledge. So yes, knowledge is a state of mind. It's just a state of mind where you know, and it's actually everything that changes. But it changes everything. It's everything that changes, but it changes everything. That's the amazing thing, because yes, this little knowledge makes the difference between everything and between everyone. And actually the goal of this life is to make the best possible program, which is the knowledge that you gained, to make the best possible program that you can, is actually the goal in this life. If you reach a certain program, you can become immortal. Just because you reach a certain way of thinking. And this is amazing. Now, really, this is amazing. You can reach immortality just by having the right program. So, making the best program is actually your goal in this life. Whether you know it or not, it's actually the real goal. So, that's what I wanted to say about the programming. Like I said, it's not against you, it's with you. You just have to show him the direction for a little time, and then it will start to pull you in the right direction. But first, you have to make it consciously until it becomes subconsciously. Like the bad things that you do subconsciously. And I realize it myself. It's not easy. And that's why you should not fight the old system, you should build the new one. Instead of fighting against your old system, trying to not do things, like stopping smoking, you don't want to smoke like this is not good, because you're programming and you are not now fighting against each other. Instead, if you say, okay, every time when I'm nervous, I want to meditate, I make a little meditation, 5 minutes, like it would be a cigarette. Now you have something to pull on and to do new. And yes, at the beginning you are still nervous, but but your body will get it. It will get it. Like, okay, we are changing. Now this is what keeps us down. Okay, I get it. And now it will start to help you. Suddenly, if you don't make your meditation, it starts to remind you, hey, make your meditation, I need it. You told me that I need it, so I need it. And that's how it works. And then it starts to pull you on the right direction, so you show him first direction, and then it will pull you. Like you will be riding a horse for your entire life. And this horse is your body, actually. And yeah, you can train it so well that it becomes immortal. Now this is kind of education. New level education, man. You can train it to become immortal, and yes, this is a big deal. It changes everything in your life, believe me. I'm sure of this. I mean, wow. Can you imagine making plans for in 2000 years? This is amazing. So try to work with your program. Be kind to yourself. So that's why you don't fight against it. You just want to fight with it. Show him some new habits and help him to integrate those new habits into your program, to download them into your program. And then if you get the habit, you just stick with it. Stick with it, like meditation. Just stick with it. Do it, and do it, and do it until you can download the knowledge. Now you start to really change. As soon as you get the knowledge, you start to download this knowledge into your DNA, even into your DNA. And after 7 years, actually, you always change all your atoms in your entire body. Every atom in your body is another atom into 7 years. So all 7 years, you're actually a new person. Entire new person, actually. If you consider yourself being just a body. Every 7 years you have other atoms. So you changed all your entire atoms several times in your life already. And yes, actually now you are replicating new cells. And while you are doing this in this 7-year process, if you gain the habit, and then you gain the knowledge, and then you stick with the knowledge 7 years, and it will be part of your entire being, of your body. Yeah. So if you want to say, okay, we have 7 years for the habit, 7 years for the knowledge, and 7 years for the DNA printing, let's say, coding, new coding, yeah, you have like 21 years, let's say. That's why it's good to start young, really. If you do it for 21 years, you will be something entirely different than everyone else that grew up with you. Absolutely something different. You will have an entirely other type of evolution, mentally and spiritually, actually. You will see the world way different, and that's a good thing, because you are evolving, and that's what you should be striving for. You know, you should want to evolve. The things like having fun and things like this is also good and also important, And that's why actually evolving is important, because as more you are evolved, the more that you can be happy, because the better is your life. But it's not just in terms of materialistic things, because it can go way deeper. If you want to go this way, the way of meditation, you really realize I can just evolve in my mind, and it will have the same effect. If you evolve in your mind enough, you can have a good time every time, no matter what. You start to realize that being happy is just a decision that you can make all the time. And this is also part of your programming. The more that you step back and you realize your programming, the more you will realize, okay, I can actually choose how to react. Yesterday I saw one of these videos in a channel called Spirit Science. They are really good, making those little videos where they explain everything. And there's this little story that really caught my attention about a warrior who goes into a city with his entire army, and they kill everyone. And everyone is screaming around and fleeing and running away. And then he enters this big king, the leader of this army. He enters a palace or a church, something like this. And in the middle of the room, he sees a monk who's just meditating. So he goes to him and say, "Go away, don't you know who I am?" Then he starts to hold his sword and tell him, "I can split you in two halves without the blink of an eye." And then the monk replies, "Don't you know who I am? I can sit here while you cut me in half without the blink of an eye." So it actually shows the power of a meditative state at the highest possible point, where you realize you are not your body, you are not your spirit, you are not your emotion, you are not have nothing anymore. And yeah, he knew, okay, it has no meaning to run away, they will get me anyway. So he has so much control over his programming that he don't need to be afraid of nothing, not even about the death. But not only because of this, but also because he realizes that he's something else than his ego. And as soon as you realize this, really, I don't mean knowing like someone told you this, but I mean knowing like you downloaded the knowledge through repetition, then if you know then that you're not your body and not your programming, and you start to realize you're something else, you have a trust, because you understand, okay, actually nothing can happen to me. That's interesting. Nothing can happen to me. I can just be still. There's nothing that can really happen to me. But this knowledge comes through repetition, meditation. And the more that you build your connection to the energy, the more that you realize, okay, I'm definitely not my my thinking, not my emotions, and not my body. I am. That's it. So, yes, control your programming, and you can control everything, your entire reality. Uh, that's a big thing. So, work on yourself and have fun while you do it. Have a nice day. Peace.